This video contains real disturbing cases. Some of them were caught on camera, and others were never meant to be seen by the public. What you're about to watch isn't fiction. These are real events, real people, and in some cases, what happened still cannot be explained. So before we begin, make sure you're not alone, because some of these cases might stay with you long after this video ends. Case 1. The elevator incident. In 2013, a young woman checked into a hotel, but she never checked out. Days later, security footage from an elevator was released, and what it showed made no sense. In the footage, the woman enters the elevator, but instead of pressing a floor, she starts acting strangely. She looks outside, as if someone is watching her. She presses multiple buttons, but none of them respond. Then suddenly, she steps out, hides beside the door, and starts making unnatural hand movements, almost like she's talking to someone who isn't there. The elevator door remains open the entire time, as if something is preventing it from closing. Moments later, she disappears. Days later, her body was found in a place that should have been impossible to access. No signs of forced entry, no clear explanation. Some say she was hallucinating. Others believe she wasn't alone in that elevator. And to this day, no one knows what she was really seeing. Case 2. The midnight 911 call. A man called emergency services late at night. His voice was calm, but something felt wrong. He said,
"I think someone is in my house."
The operator asked him to stay on the line and to remain quiet. At first, everything seemed normal. But then, the operator heard something, a faint sound, like footsteps. The man whispered.
"I didn't hear that before."
Then suddenly, his tone changed. He stopped responding. The operator kept calling his name, but there was only silence. Then, a loud crash. The line stayed open, but no one spoke again. Police arrived minutes later. The front door was locked. No signs of break-in, but inside, the house was empty. No man, no intruder, nothing. The call was real. The recording still exists, but what happened inside that house was never explained. Case 3. The forest footage. A group of hikers went deep into a forest to explore an area rarely visited. They brought cameras to document their journey. At first, everything was normal. Trees, silence, just the sound of footsteps. But then, one of them noticed something. In the distance, a figure, standing still, between the trees. They tried to zoom in, but the camera couldn't focus. The figure didn't move, didn't react, just watched. They decided to leave. But as they walked away, they heard something behind them. Footsteps. Not theirs. Faster. Closer. When they turned around, the figure was gone. But something else was there, much closer. The footage cuts abruptly. The hikers were later found, but none of them would talk about what happened, and the full footage was never released. Only fragments remain, and in those fragments, you can still see something watching them. Case 4. The abandoned hospital recording. Urban explorers entered an abandoned hospital with one goal: to capture something on camera. The building had been empty for years, no electricity, no staff, just silence and decay. As they walked through the halls, their cameras picked up strange noises, distant echoes, metal scraping. At first, they laughed it off, until they reached a room with a door slightly open. Inside, there was an old hospital bed, and beside it, a chair, moving, slowly, back and forth. But there was no wind, no one inside.
One of them whispered, "Did you see that?"
And then, a loud bang. The door slammed shut. They tried to open it, but it wouldn't move. From inside, they heard something.
A faint whisper. Not clear words, just sound.
They ran.
The footage ends with heavy breathing, and footsteps echoing through empty halls.
They never went back, and the hospital was demolished shortly after. Case 5. The video that disappeared. A video appeared online for a very short time. It didn't have a title, no description, just a single clip. In the video, a man sits in a dark room, looking directly at the camera. He doesn't speak, doesn't move. For almost a minute, nothing happens. Then suddenly he smiles, but not normally. His smile stretches, far beyond what seems possible. And then, the screen glitches. For a split second, something else appears. Not the man, something behind him. The video cuts. Within hours, it was removed, but people who saw it reported the same thing. A feeling that something wasn't right. Some claimed they saw movement, even after the video ended. No one knows who uploaded it. No one knows where it came from, and no original copy has ever been verified again. Final case, the unexplained presence. Sometimes the most disturbing cases don't involve cameras or recordings, just experiences. People waking up at night, feeling like they're being watched, hearing footsteps in empty rooms, seeing shadows that don't belong to anything. Science tries to explain it. Sleep paralysis, stress, hallucinations. But some cases don't fit, because in those cases, more than one person experiences the same thing at the same time. And sometimes they describe the exact same figure without ever speaking to each other. So the question is, are these just illusions created by the mind? Or is there something else we don't fully understand yet? These were some of the most disturbing real horror cases that still remain unexplained. Some were caught on camera, others only exist through recordings, and some are still happening right now. So next time you hear something in the middle of the night or feel like someone is watching you, just remember, not everything has an explanation.